Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, technically Episode 29, Reunion Part 2. There's not much to take from Part 2 of the reunion. They really could have chopped it up and left it with Part 1. But we're going to pick up where we left off last week with the whole Kendra Joc Mita situation. So, Mita showing Claudia her phone or the text messages from Joc. Joc is asking, not Joc, Claudia is asking Joc, is this your phone number? Kendra, is this his phone number? Come to find out it was Joc's phone number. And from then I'm like, ain't nothing else I need to say. Ain't nothing else I need to write. He admitted it was his phone number. So that's kind of inadvertently admitting to all the stuff you done did. He trying to say he didn't F her, none of that. He trying to get the details, so to speak. But we all know it's a lie. So here we go, going back and forth between Mita, Joc, and Kendra. Kendra does apologize to Mita for not believing her in the beginning and, pretty much admitting that it's on Joc and not on her. So Mita appreciates that, whatever. And I guess she wanted an apology from Joc. He wouldn't apologize. So she threatened a divorce. Kendra, you ain't divorcing the whole damn body, okay? Joc is fed up, so he gets up and walks out, probably because he done been caught, even though everybody done already caught him in the beginning. I was trying to hold out hope for him, like on episode 1 or 2, but once I be watching other people's reviews, my husband telling me stop being naive and all that stuff, I had to see it for what it was. So, he gets up to leave because, he don't want to admit his wrongdoings, and he upset that he got caught, even though he's not doing it in a smart way to not get caught. But when he gets up, that's when it goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. He's walking off. He's talking to Scrappy outside. Scrappy's like, just save the conversation for tomorrow. We got Kendra inside talking with Claudia and all the girls, explaining her point of view and, relationships and all that stuff. She's venting to them and whatnot. And Claudia's hoping that they don't break up. Claudia, let it go, okay? Why are we trying to keep this relationship going? We already know she's going to stay with him regardless. But at the same time, if he's effing up, why would we want her to stay with someone who continuously F's up? But it is what it is. We can't, it's episode 29. We've been talking about this. That's it. After this, we done. We're retiring them in the relationship. We're done. So we move on to Sierra and Eric next in their relationship. They're still together. They're still engaged. They're still getting married. Sierra lets us know the date that they're getting married on 1-2-3-2-3. Don't know why she couldn't just tell us December 3rd, 2023. She wants to be dramatic. 1-2-3-2-3. So they're still gonna get married. They're still together. There's nothing else to take from that situation. They could talk about all the issues and situations they had in a relationship. No relationship is perfect. Everybody goes through their trials and tribulations, so to speak. So at the end of the day, if they're still together, it is what it is. Okay, they working through it, I guess. So that's it. That's all we need to know. And we left off with everybody saying, yeah, Sierra is spoiled, but he still loves her. He gonna stick beside her, just like Kendrick still gonna stick beside Joc. That's it. We're gonna move on. We get to Joc. He comes back on stage with his little backpack or whatever to come talk to Kendra, saying he about to dip because he's done with this SHIT. So if she coming or not. So she decides to get up with him, and they go backstage where he's, I guess, apologizing to her backstage. It's still recorded. You still on camera. I don't know if his mic was still on, but we could still hear you. So I don't know why he felt like he needed to do it backstage behind, not even closed doors, but behind the curtains instead of on stage with everybody, knowing we all gonna be watching this. Whatever, Joc. So I guess she kind of accepts apologies, but she's like, you can't keep doing this to me. I can't stay with someone who gonna keep betraying me and stuff. Well, clearly you are, Kendra, because you still with him present day, I believe, for November 21st, 2022. So I don't want to hear that. You gotta stay, Kendra. We get back on stage when Joc and Kendra was leaving in the first place. We got what's her name? Erica. She's just like, yeah, that's how you work a marriage. That's what a marriage is all about. She's putting all these subliminals when they were talking and when Sierra and Eric were talking. little subliminals to Safari. Safari was just sitting there looking out of it like he didn't even want to be there. Safari's always good and down for the get down until it has to do with him and people critiquing and criticizing him and how he acts and how he fathers or whatever. That's when he wants to get quiet and act like he's in deep thought. But sometimes I'm just like, Safari, you just want to act like it because people, they're giving you ample space to say what you need to say, but he don't want to say nothing. And granted, I understand if you feel like you're being poked, because we're about to get into them next. But if you feel like you're being poked, I get if you don't feel like you're in a safe space to say what you need to say. But at the same time, it's like whenever you're confronted, you never have anything to say. You just want to get up and leave. And I don't think that's the right way to deal with the situation. But at the same time, if you don't want to say nothing, you shouldn't have to say nothing. But it's funny that you feel like you can't say nothing, but then you want to go on social media and post all these random posts and saying all this random ridiculous stuff on social media about how you deal with your kids and whatnot. Like, okay, you got nothing to say when when we talking face to face, but you have everything to say on social media. So we get to, speaking of them, obviously we get to Erica and Safari next. And we have Erica explaining to us yet again how she felt and dealing with the situation with Safari. And then she goes back to talking about her first son. I was telling my husband, because, for once he sat with me to watch this reunion part 2. I'm like, wow, she hasn't mentioned her first son in a long time. The last time I felt like she mentioned her son was when he was walking her down the aisle to marry Safari. So, the fact that she brought him up, I'm like, wow, you still remember him. Obviously she does, I'm just making little jokes. But, she don't really be mentioning her first son. So, pretty much with Safari, he has made her a single mom yet again. I mean, technically the second time, but really the third time since they got 2 kids together. So she's letting us know all that she's feeling and whatnot. And when Claudia asked Safari how he's feeling through it, he said he numbs himself so he doesn't feel the pain, but there's still pain. I'm sure there's still pain, but Safari, at the same time, like I just said 2 seconds ago, you want to make it seem like you got nothing to say, but that you're in deep thought. But then you go on social media that night and, just let it all out. Anyway, anything else to take from them? He does apologize for when their son was born. It seemed like Erica not trying to hear that. And Bambi's trying to get Erica to calm down because anytime he tries to say anything, of course, Erica got a little something else to say and try to rebuttal it. So Bambi's trying to be like, just let him talk. And, she's not letting him talk. So like I said, I understand if he doesn't feel like he's in a safe space to talk, as Bambi expressed. But at the same time, I don't think going on social media and just airing it all out is good either. So anyway, they ask him about the whole I think it was poker night situation where he gets a little upset about when Mendices mentioned Rich and Erica. So he got up and how he threw the chair, but the chair fought back and hit him in the head. So Claudia brought that up and why was he such in a rush to go? He talking about he had a flight to catch. My husband cackled. I'm like, you ain't had no flight to catch, because realistically speaking, if we talking on technical terms, you really gonna be sitting down having poker night with the fellas if you have a flight to catch? So all of a sudden when Mendices mentioned Rich and Erica, that's when you remembered you had a flight to catch? Listen, I know I'm speaking too much into it, but I'm just like, Safari, please save the excuses for someone who actually is naive enough to care and believe anything you say, anything that really come out your mouth. I already messed up with Joc the beginning of this season, and I learned from my mistake. So Safari, ain't nobody hearing what you have to say. Anyway, we move on to Harold and Rashida next. They're still working on their relationship. They still have things to work on the relationship, like I just said, but I guess they're better. And he hasn't moved on their property yet. He's saying that he's still waiting on the approval of Kirk. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Harold, did they not both give you their approval when you went to talk to them at their house and apologize for all your wrongdoings that you did to them? Didn't they not both said, family's family, your parents is your parents and whatnot? And they said, yeah, that's fine. So what type of approval from, okay, we're just going to keep doing this just to have some little tidbit of drama? It don't go nowhere, because he said he gonna move in within the next 6 months. We're gonna see if that really does happen. And they talk about some type of party. I think, or barbecue they're gonna have. I guess Mama D's gonna be there, and I guess Mr. Harold tries to shoot his shot at Mama D. Mama D too crazy for you. I mean, then again, Mr. Harold's crazy himself. So maybe they'll both do something together. I don't know, but I don't see it happening. Even though I feel like Mr. Harold, he crazy too. I don't think he can handle Mama D, and I don't think Mama D want him. So kudos to you for shooting your shot, but it ain't gonna work out. And what it was Miss Charlene gonna think too. Y'all not together, but I feel like Miss Charlene gonna feel some type of way. I really want to say Charlene Perlene, like King of Reeds used to do when he was Justin J 1232 doing the Love and Hip Hop reviews. But anyway, moving on. Shout out to King of Reeds. But lastly, we have Carly. So we talking about her and her messy ways, and her excuse for inviting Safari to be inviting him to Las Vegas to be at the video shoot for her and Spice's song was she mentioned it as a joke at first, but I guess it came into fruition, and here we go. So she apologized to Erica though, and Erica doesn't really accept the apology because she's like, it's the principal, which I understand. She's like, it's not the fact that he was there, it's just the fact that I wish I had a heads up. So all right, I mean, are you gonna forgive her or not? Because is she at the family reunion that's coming on next week? I don't know. But anyway, we get Mita. She apologizes to Erica. Erica appreciates it and accepts. And then we get to Spice asking if she would ever do another song with Carly. Spice says yes. And we have Shekinah. I guess she wants to make a jokey joke. So I thought I could have sworn their song went number one. I don't know if it was on the billboards or something, but it went number one, I believe. She kind of makes some joke that's it. And her next song won't be number 3 or won't make number 3. I don't know. At this point, I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, okay, this thing's almost done. Okay, I'm already checked out. So Carly gets a finish. She's like, what I'm not going to do, I don't play about my music, da-da-da-da. So they go a little back and forth. She kind of like, girl, Michael Jackson, please relax. So then Carly's like, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Y'all too grown to be acting like this. Y'all way too grown to be. This is like not even funny. And I felt like not having the audience there or not even fake laugh tracks made it even more corny to me. But okay, we're going to go back and forth, bicker. It doesn't go nowhere. It was just a little shade throwing at each other. Nothing to take from it, okay? Just two little grown, immature women. We go to commercial for dramatic effect. Come back from commercial for dramatic effect. I guess they have little last things or whatnot, little last questions for the people. I'm like, just be done already. So then I guess Claudia asks Shekinah if she has any last words to say. So Shekinah says, continue to trust God. Yes. That's it at the end of the day. Then lastly, they show the funny moments from the season. And that's where the episode ends. And that's the end of season 10 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And then next week we have Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, where literally every cast member of every franchise of every season will be in the family reunion for next week's. I think it's going to be the third family reunion since what happened in 2020 March. I mean, I'm review it, but I'm just like, I don't know how detailed my notes can be because we have 3,000 people that's gonna be in the family reunion for next week. So I'll do my best. That's all I can promise you at this point in time. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please comment. Let me know what you thought about season 10. And are you going to be watching the family reunion next week with 5,000 people on the dang show? You let me know. But until then, be easy breezy lemon squeezy. And I'll see you next week. Unless if I figure something else to do another video. I don't know. Pray for me, guys. Pray. Anyways, bye, guys.